Today we're going to do a twist on my grandmother's garlic tomatoes. We're going to do some fusion Mexican-Italian blend. This is vegan and low calorie, low fat, and allergy friendly. So for our cucumber, we want to chunk it. You're going to do a slice and then quarter it so you end up with pieces like that big. Next we have tomatoes. I like these little cherry tomatoes because they juice really well, and the whole point of this, you'll see once we get to the end of the video, all the flavors marinate together and it makes almost like a little bit of a soupy thing. So we're going to do the same thing that we did with the cucumber. Depending on the size, you can either halve them or quarter them. We're going to halve them. For the radishes, we're probably only going to go with about 3 of them this size. This one is definitely a flavor thing of how you want it. Radishes, similar like horseradishes, add a little bit of spice, so this one's up to you about how much you want to do. So this one we're going to chop it pretty finely, almost as thin as what the onions would be. That way it's not too much of a overtaking when you take the bite of it. It's not too powerful. So you're going to do chunks about that big. Alright, so that looks good. That's all mixed in. Next we have onions. So I personally would prefer to have them pre-chopped. I don't like the smell of onions on my fingers, kind of same with garlic. So these are my 2 hacks of just time savers and smell savers on the fingers. So this is 90 grams of onions. Again, it's going to be a preference thing, but this should be enough in there. We'll save a little bit just in case. We'll stir it to make sure. And that's just a yellow onion. You can do any onion you want. A sweet onion would be good. We like the yellow onion in it because it does have a little bit of a bite, so it holds up with the other flavors and the acidity that comes out of the tomatoes. So we're going to go ahead and do lime juice on that. Trick to get the most juice out of a lime is to take it and roll it like that. Press down on it because you're going to loosen all the juice. Cut it in half. And you're going to take your knife and do a little cut like that in an X on both sides. And that's going to help loosen the juices. And then you'll squeeze it out. This one doesn't have very much. There we go. And if you need a little bit of help with it, you can always take a spoon or a butter knife, either one. And hold it in there and twist while you're doing. That one got a lot more juice out of it. So you're just taking it and twisting it while you squeeze. Let's see if that'll help this one. I think that was as much as we were going to get though. Here, a little more. Same thing with this one. Alright, so the acidity in the lime is going to help the flavors come out of the tomatoes and juice really nicely. So at the end of this, after you let it marinate for however long you want to, the pickles basically become the cucumbers basically become pickled. There we go. Alright, so that's a nice coating. Alright, next step is our seasoning. This is the most important one, garlic. So it's going to be about a tablespoon of this tube in here. I just squeeze it in. If you were doing actual garlic, you would peel it, chop it up, and then press it to make it like a paste almost, and put it in. It would be about 3 to 4 cloves of that. So that's about equivalent of that. So you're going to mix it all in, make sure that flavor's nice and good. I can already smell the combination. It smells really good. Alright, so we're big fans of Trader Joe's. This is their chili lime sauce. It goes great with the combination of all of this. It brings in that Mexican flair that we were talking about. So you just want to coat it. If I had to guess, I'd say that's probably about a teaspoon. I just do 3 shakes going across. This is what you're going to want it to look like. For salt, it's going to end up being about half a teaspoon. So we're going to do 4 twists of a grinder. Then pepper, I'd say probably about 1/8 of a teaspoon. We're only going to do 3. Little twist of that. Lastly, you mix it all up. Alright, now that it's all mixed, this is what your almost final product is going to look like. We're going to let it sit in the fridge for at least a couple hours, if not overnight, and then you'll be able to see all the juice that comes out of it. But as you can see right down here, you can already see the juices coming out of there and that marinade coming out really nicely. And there you have it.